Have you ever wondered how a website let user upload a photo and instantly generates an AI face swap? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain how an AI face swap system integrates with a WordPress plugin. We won't be building an entire system from scratch. Instead, I will show you the architecture behind it and how all pieces work together. If you are planning to build AI-powered face swap application, entertainment websites, or any project that requires face swapping, this video will basically let you understand the complete workflow. So the first thing we're going to cover is understanding the architecture. So the first thing to understand is that WordPress doesn't perform the face swap. AI face swapping requires a lot of computing power, especially GPU, right? So just have it at the back of your mind that running this AI face swap application directly inside WordPress will slow down your website and consume too many server resources. Instead, WordPress acts as a front end, while the AI model runs on a separate backend server. So here is how the process works. The user visits a website. The user visits your WordPress website and select a template. And they upload a face. Then the plugin collects that information and sends it to an external API. That API communicates with an AI model such as Face Fusion, right? So with Face Fusion running on a cloud server or inside a Docker container. So once the AI finishes processing the image, it sends the generated results back to WordPress where the user can preview and download the results. So and the second part is building the front end. So the next step is what? Building the user interface that the user will see and interact with. And have it at the back of your mind that the goal is very, very simple. User should be able to select, should be able to upload their image and click a button to start a face swap, right? So in order to, have good user experience. So to make this experience smoother, it's a good idea to validate images types and sizes before uploading them. Because I would literally tell you, if an image is too small, if the size of an image is too big, the server can run down, right? Because the time it takes to process that image, right? So it's always better to put a limit to the size of image that can be swapped, right? So as soon as the user click on upload that image that is too big, there will be maybe an alert that will pop down that sorry, we don't allow an image of this particular sizes, right? So using Ajax allow the request to be sent without refreshing the page. So using Ajax, we allow the request to be sent without refreshing the page, so which makes the website feel much faster. So the reason we're using Ajax is to make the website more faster. And you should also display upload process and clear sources or any error messages, so the user can always know what is happening, right? So one of the things you can always do in your front end is, as the user is progressing from swapping the images and from uploading it to clicking on face swap, or if there's anything, there should be like a progress bar showing those things, right, which will make the user experience to be very, very good. And the third part is connecting to the AI backend. So now this is where it comes to the most important part, the connection between WordPress and the AI backend. And the AI backend, instead of processing image inside WordPress, the plugin sends the uploaded images to an external API. That API forwards the request to an AI model. So the AI model waits for the processing to finish and then return the generated images back to WordPress, right? So you already know the help of an API. The API is like the bridge between the front end and the server, right? So that is just the key thing about it. And know that during development, one of the biggest challenges is configuring the API correctly. A small mistake in the endpoint URL, authentication, or request formats can stop the entire workflow. That's why I can now have a pipeline disconnection error. You can check the video below to learn more about what is called pipeline disconnection error. It's basically an error that pop up maybe when you work, there's an error in an entire system or in a particular segment in your system workflow, right? So that is one of the reasons why testing your API request and checking your server logs is so important. So and the next workflow we have here is debugging common problems. So when multiple technologies work together, problems are almost guaranteed. Just have it at the back of your mind that you can actually encounter a problem anytime, anywhere. That is the reason why when multiple technologies work together, problems are almost guaranteed. So we have WordPress, JavaScript, APIs, Docker container, cloud servers, and AI models all communicate with each other. If one component fails, the entire process can break. That is pipeline disconnection error. And as a developer, it is good to understand what a pipeline disconnection error means. So like I said earlier, check the link to the video, the link in the description below to learn more about pipeline disconnection error. So if one component fails, the entire system can break. So the best way to troubleshoot it is by enabling WordPress debugging. So checking the web browser developer tools for JavaScript errors, receiving API requests and response, confirming that the Docker container are running correctly, and making sure that your backend is accessible, and testing each component individually before connecting everything together make the debugging much easier. Right? So, and the next workflow we have here is security and performance. It is very important. You cannot just put your API in your front end. No, that is very bad. So once everything is working perfectly, it is time to optimize the system in the sense that checking the security and performance. So one thing you need to understand is that always validate uploaded images, right? So sanitize user input and keep your API key secure. So for better performance, compress images before sending them to an AI backend and use asynchronous requests so users don't have to wait on a frozen page. You understand? So hosting your AI models on a scalable cloud with GPU support always allow your system to handle more users without affecting your WordPress website. And I also recommend Rumpod. So Rumpod is basically a cloud is a cloud service that hosts, that give you access to their GPU, right? So you can let they will give access to their GPU, and you can use that GPU to run your AI model all on the cloud. But this is how it works. So from your computer, maybe you have an AI model on your computer, and maybe that you want to push on an AI application on your computer, you want to push, or you want to deploy. You can check the video below on how I show you step by step on how you can deploy your AI model. So this is how the workflow works for deploying your AI model. From your computer, you're going to push your code to GitHub. From GitHub, then use GitHub action to connect it from GitHub to Docker. So the Docker is the one that will give you the address of where your AI model is. It is that address I'm not going to put inside Rumpod, but I break this thing down step by step inside the link of the description below. Right? So have it at the back of your mind that hosting your AI model on a scalable cloud with GPU support can also allow your system to handle more users without affecting WordPress websites. So that is how AI face swap integrates with the WordPress plugin. So the key idea is that WordPress handles the user interface while an external AI backend performs the heavy image processing. So this separation keeps your website fast, scalable, and much easier to maintain. So if you are building an AI-powered WordPress project, understand this architecture is the first step toward creating a reliable face swap application. Right? So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.